This is Serena Elis, and I just yeah, I've been an artist all my life. I've been doing, pursuing music since I was 8 years old. Like, we're going way back in time. I started off, playing the violin. I played for 10 years of my life before, taking it as a career. I took the classical music pretty seriously. Growing up, I would attend NISMA. If you don't know what that is, it's a New York Music Association. I grew up in New York, and yeah, you do solos. You kind of just show off your skills and stuff like that. So that was kind of like my beginning stages in just art, creativity, learning how to read music, learning about the history of music, and just I don't know, there's just something. I'm happy that I went through that because there's something special about learning about classical music and composers and producers who, they kind of set the tone and the wave throughout history. So yeah, that was kind of like my beginning stages. And then when I probably around middle school, I started going into the choir and doing, pieces and stuff like that for singing solos. And yeah, I was always that girl with the hand up. me, I'll I'll do it. Yeah, I just love being a part of anything that had to do with art. And it's crazy because any other academics like maths, social study, I have flunked. I was just so bad. I didn't want to attend no classes. I just didn't care too much about the other aspects of school. So I had a hard time in school, believe it or not. It's just, I guess sometimes some schools don't really the art and the music may not be as taken as seriously. So after I graduated high school, I kind of left the music behind, and it's been probably a decade before I actually started to pursue it as a career. And then after I think that would be 8-10 years, I decided to change some things and start learning how to produce music myself. I self-taught myself with YouTube, and yeah, I started making EPs, some singles, albums, performing in different states. And then around 2020, that's kind of when I ended up in Web3.
Wow. So, going back to 8-year-old Serena, just getting started with music, was there an inspiration in your life, someone that inspired you to kind of want to pursue, or was there kind of an artist, a famous artist that kind of inspired you?
Yeah, there's definitely a slew of artists. Well, yeah, definitely classical artists ever would probably be Mariah Carey. Because when I was 8 years old, I did a commercial with her, and she had a Butterfly album that came out in 1999, and me and my sister got picked to be in this commercial. And yeah, I just, that was a huge moment for me. I grew up in the Bronx. I grew up in New York, and I would watch MTV at such a young age. I was watching Britney Spears, Hit Me Baby One More Time, just, all these music videos, and I would see Mariah Carey on there. And then it's crazy that I got the chance to meet her. I saw her on TV, and the fact that I saw her, and then I saw her in real life, it was just a huge shift for me. I don't know what it was, but yeah, that would be probably one of the artists that I think has changed my life. And I got to meet her. I've met her 3 times.
What? That's
I did a
awesome.
commercial with her. I went into New York City. We had like there's a place called Serendipity in New York City, and yeah, it's just like really cool moments. Just meeting a legend. Like she's not just an artist. She's broken history, you know. So that's all will always probably be a huge inspiration for me for the rest of my life. So
That is amazing that you had the opportunity to meet such an iconic figure. Like Mariah Carey's music is gonna go down in history as some of the best music, and to like for you to have the opportunity to meet her 3 times, you said?
yeah,
Wow, like that must I can see I can see where your love for music kind of like came from, and thank you for sharing that with us. So then, moving forward to to you said about 10 years ago when you first started producing your own music and DJing as well. You had mentioned that you were self-taught. What were some of like the ways or the methods that you used to kind of teach yourself how to kind of do this, something that you've never done before?
yeah. So I took a big break, like 10-year break. But around like 2018 is when I picked up Ableton Live. It's the software. It's a free software. You can try it out first. I think they give you like a 7-day trial. I finished that and I was like, all right, it's time to extend this. Paid for the trial, and then yeah, I just kind of started learning how to use it by watching YouTube videos. But I have to say I do think it kind of came out naturally because I've played the violin for 10 years. I kind of already knew how like a storyline of a song can go. So I think, that was kind of already ingrained in my mind, and the passion behind it too was probably made it easier. But yeah, I had some pretty dark moments in my life. So I think, when the switch went off in my mind that I wanted to pursue it as a career and I was gonna give it a shot, because I really wasn't. I was gonna honestly like go to college and I went to like I was studying psychology. Like that was gonna be my career not too long ago. Like I was like, you know what, let me just give it a shot. Like I have nothing to lose. And I did, and I haven't looked back since. So it just kind of was like a pivoting time around like 2018. And yeah, I guess like that shift made me uh try to put in all my effort into it. And that just kind of gave me the motivation to learn myself. And something about me is like when I set my mind to it, I just do it. I don't try to overthink it. So yeah, I just went for it. I put myself out there as much as I could, even if I didn't know what I was doing. A lot of times I didn't. Um, I just did it. I just, I lived in San Francisco at the time, and I would go to places to perform my music. One was at a library. Yeah, it's strange, a library playing music, but yeah, in San Francisco, anything goes kind of. But yeah, I just kind of perform. It wasn't easy because like, when you're new at something and you're kind of older, you're like, is this really a career? I have my doubts, but yeah, I just gave it a shot. And even performing in Decentraland, like, guys, like I did not, like, I self-taught myself. Like I didn't go for lessons. This wasn't something I like knew at the back of my head. Like I just tried it, and I just keep trying it and doing it and learning from my mistakes.
Yep, and so I guess that will bring me to one of the questions I had. Like in your bio, I noticed that it said that you were the first female singer to perform on Decentraland. Getting into like the whole setup of like setting up to perform your first show on Decentraland, were there like any hiccups, any learning curves you had to get over in order to like get the act right?
Yeah, definitely. I started around like 2020. There was this kid. He's a kid. I think he was like 20 years old. Pretty much made it in crypto. Bought multiple plots in Decentraland, and yeah, I met him in Genesis Plaza, and I just kind of went to his parcel, and he was nice enough to let me come in there. I already had a background in streaming on Twitch, producing music and singing, so I don't think like the streaming part was that difficult. I think the concept as being there as a character and like kind of engaging, that's a little bit unfamiliar territory, I think, at the time. So yeah, I think that would probably be like the only thing. But yeah, I think also learning the back end, because it gets very technical, with the servers, third party servers. I
Mhm.
already knew how to use OBS, but I did learn so much like about like, I'm not an engineer. I'm a maybe music engineer, but there's engineers in Decentraland that there's a lot of coding and stuff. So, you kind of learn a little bit along the way.
Yep, yep. Yeah, I guess I am right there with you. Like the whole coding part, or not coding, the whole OBS and having everything set up was like almost natural to me by the time I got here to the Central Amp. But then like there were the other stuff, the server stuff, and all the coding and all the setting up. So yeah, I can definitely see how like in a way you were like a bit out of your element, but I like how you just you picked up what you could. Um, so whenever you performed your first performance on Decentraland, what was it like? To kind of perform and then like as you're performing, seeing the chat just go off like giving you feedback, or like everyone just seeing everyone enjoying their time while you're performing.
Yeah, I mean, forever, it's going to be my first time performing, will always be my favorite day. So, like, I don't think anything will take that place because I felt really magical because it's like, whoa, a whole new world. Yeah, it was a really, like, beautiful moment for me. And also, I think there wasn't a lot of people there. So, the chat wasn't really going on. There was like two people. But it was really cool that people that I could see a character just kind of like moving around, clapping. So I think that was just like a really different, unique, one of a kind experience. It's still to this day, it's like still really cool to still experience that. But of course, like the first day will always be really, really special to me.
Yep. uh and so how did you find out about the Central Land?
There, well, I got into crypto first before Decentraland. So, I got into Decentraland around 20. I looked back on crypto.com when I bought Mana. So it was around 2020, but I knew about Decentraland before I bought Mana. Uh, I was investing in Bitcoin like 2017, and I met some people from Coinbase in San Francisco, and the group that I know, because there's a lot of tech people in like Silicon Valley, in San Francisco, so they're kind of like showing me the way, I guess, teaching me some of the things. And one of them did mention like, oh, have you heard of DCL, Decentraland? Well, they didn't say DCL, but they said Decentraland, and I did my research, went home, and went on YouTube, and I dug a little deeper, and I saw that video where that guy bought like all this land, and he wanted it to go to like $1 million or something like that. That was the first video I saw, and like that got me instantly. I was sold like instantly, and So couldn't tell you which exact year I, knew about Decentraland. It was either between 2017 to 2020. But around that time, doing my research, and then I eventually bought Mana at like 1 cent.
Yes.
And then, yeah, I kind of, yeah, yeah, that was a good investment.
Yes, very good. Even to today's standards, I think I checked the mana price earlier, and we're at 69 cents. Big shout out to Billy T Coin, Mr. 69. So so after performing your first performance on Decentraland, what potential did you see in using the metaverse to showcase your creations?
Yeah, I just saw so much potential. Especially, I think the most important thing was definitely experimenting and having a platform where you can try things and not, it's okay to make mistakes. Everyone's learning. Like nobody knows everything. So I think like that was like a really cool thing to have on the platform, or just kind of starting off. What else? What was the question again? I'm so sorry.
What potential
I'm
did
so
you
sorry.
what potential did you see in using like
What
the
are the
metaverse
potential?
to show off your music and your art? I think it pretty
Oh,
much.
okay. I guess also reaching like, new audience, like gamers, and I come from Twitch and there's gamers, but I think it's just a whole other way of like, meeting other types of gamers. The potential to show um show your music to just more people around the world, especially if you're like a new artist. You don't get to tour around the world and meet different people. So I think, Decentraland and the metaverse and Web3 in general, like you meet people from everywhere. And I think that's a huge potential to reach people, reach new, fans, friends, collaborators, network. So that's a huge potential to me. And yeah. And also being early, like that's another thing. Like that's huge potential for an artist. Like imagine being early to like, I don't know, Spotify, Twitch. When you get a head start with anything, I think that is always going to be a good thing.
And before Decentraland, when you were streaming, what did you stream? Were you streaming your music, or was it more video game related?
Yeah, I was on Twitch. I was streaming music. I was streaming music production. So I would, pull up Ableton and make songs on Twitch. I would also do yoga. I would be doing my splits on yoga, on Twitch and stuff here and there. But yeah, I started there, doing that. Yeah. So mostly music.
Did I hear yoga? I'm thinking of a collab here between
Yeah.
Super Nina and Serena Ellis.
I love yoga. Like I love meditating. I love the whole Zen vibe. I'm here in Thailand. That's all that there is here. But yeah, I also did do yoga in Decentraland too. That was really awkward. Because someone took like a screenshot and there I was like doing a split. I'm like, oh no.
Oh no.
So embarrassing. I actually saw it in like the Meta Truckers Discord. I'm like, what is this doing here?
Oh no.
I saw my photo. I was like, what is this?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it was more yoga, music production, and yeah, just singing and sometimes just chatting. I like to talk sometimes, but Yeah, that's what I did.
That's awesome. And so to this point, how many shows have you performed on the metaverse?
I've done a lot. It's kind of hard to keep count now, but I've said I've done over 200. I've done, not only was I doing weekly shows, and sometimes I was doing more than weekly shows because people would be like, "Oh, do you want to perform?" You know what? I haven't said no my whole years in Decentraland. There was like one time I said no, but I've always taken the opportunity. I've always said yes. I'm not a person that, like, I'm here to grow. And yeah, I've performed sometimes 3 times a week, 2 times a week, and I've been doing this for a while. And yeah, so I've done that, and I've also performed in other metaverses too. It's essentially is not the only one.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I've done alt space. They're currently not like here anymore, I think. Somnium Space, I performed a slew of times. They have a really nice community too. Spatial, Crypto Voxels. Uh, what other one? There was another one. Monaverse, I just recently done. So yeah, I'm like hopping around. It's Decentraland, but have been experimenting other places.
Of course, you always have to keep that avenue open to explore different spaces. It's good not to get bound by one, especially for, an artist and a musician such as yourself. So, let's
Yeah, you're right.
let's see. Let's take a look at your marketplace here. Your Decentraland wearables are actually, man, I forgot. I had one question before I did that. So far, what has been your favorite platform to perform on?
Of course, Decentraland. It will always be my home, like no matter where I go, like I consider Decentraland my home base. It's where I started. It's what's kind of given me passion in this Web3 space. I've met amazing people. I've collaborated with a lot of people. And yeah, I personally, you know, I'm probably gonna continue on for as long as I can. To use Decentraland, and now I'm kind of helping other artists that I know in Web3 kind of showcase their artwork too.
That is awesome. And yeah, I can totally relate with that. I do I do see all these other platforms arise, and I like to check them out and like to, meet people from there. But I always come back to Decentraland because I do feel like this is my personal home. Uh,
Yeah,
eh,
you have a connection with the platform. You've built a lot of memories.
mhm.
So it's kind of hard to you know, you just kind of want to continue building, and we're still so early, so
Well,
there's so much more room to grow.
extremely early. Okay, so I'm looking at Twitch chat, and okay, so going back to the yoga, Odd Job just commented saying I was doing yoga with you, and then
He was.
Odd Job is asking if you have checked out Hyperfy yet.
Hyperfine, no, I have not. I've seen you guys post it. I mean, maybe you can tell me a little bit about it because like I've seen the same builds deployed onto Hyperfine, but what exactly, like how is that done exactly?
Well, are you watching my screen from anywhere?
Uh,
Here,
mm,
let me screen share on Discord.
mm,
All right.
was.
Can you see my screen?
Uh-huh. Oh wow. Look at you.
This is my Hyperfy
Nice.
world. I kind of love it. It's big.
No, it's beautiful. I
and,
love the water.
and it's yeah, in all honesty, this was just literally just plopped together in like about an hour. and
Really?
there's like a little tip button that you can click, and I can tip myself in Matic. And then,
Wow.
and you
Okay.
know, our stream that we see on Decentraland is here. It is.
Wait, so is that like a metaverse too, or is that what is like it's a metaverse, right?
Yes, Hyperfy is a metaverse. Here,
And is it so you can deploy anything from Decentraland because your characters is there.
So if you have the GLB file, if you have the digital asset, it's literally as easy as clicking on this pencil, clicking right here model, and then let's see, is it model? No. F blah blah blah. Well, one of these buttons. Oh, add right here. Add. You can add model, and then
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know that. But how did you get your Decentraland character? Like, how did you download that?
oh, that was a special gift from the Zos. The Zos made this for me. It's a VRM. So if you are familiar with making VRMs, you could put one together of your Decentraland character. So
Mm.
after having this, I'm officially going to be sinful on every metaverse I can be.
Wow. You're already ready.
Yes, I'm ready for the
That
future.
that's yeah, this is awesome. I've seen it, but I've never actually stepped foot in it. And maybe you can send me the link. I can hop in.
Yeah, yeah, I'll send you the link. Here, where's our Discord chat? There it is. There you go. Yeah, just check it out. Currently the plots on Decentraland, or not Decentraland, on Hyperfy, I believe there's still a lot left, and the mint price is 0.09 ETH, so still quite affordable.
For the Hyperfy?
Mm-hmm.
Point nine?
0.09.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, that's pretty good.
So,
Thank you. Thanks for sharing.
no problem. Thank you, Oddjob, for bringing up Hyperfy. It's actually been something cool where, like, I know that True Band Room has deployed the True Band Room on Hyperfy, as well as I think a few other friends also have their parcels, Polygonal Minds and low poly models. Oh, Manadakri would like a link to Mewland.
I'm surprised you don't have a big dead mouse head floating around.
That I don't own the assets, so the next best thing is this big Mew that I was standing on. And then, one of my favorite features about Hyperfy is the portals that you can set up. So right here under the Mew, I have a portal, and if you just walk through it,
Oh,
take
wow.
take you to my
So you
Decentraland
just
plot.
walk through it. You don't have to click it. You just walk through it.
You just walk through it. You don't have to click, which I thought was freaking
Wow.
amazing. The fact that no
Yeah.
clicky.
Yeah, it just makes it seem like everything will like interconnect like in the future, with all metaverses if they all operate like that. That'd be really cool.
Oh, it's gonna happen. I can feel it. I can feel it. And so yeah, right here. Now I'm at Mewland on Decentraland.
Wow.
Okay, back to DollHouse.
Very cool.
Okay, here it is. So I guess this could be a good time to jump over to your wearables.
Yeah.
So here in your market, you have the Take the Mic. Are these earrings? Yes, Take the Mic earrings and floating music notes. Oh, these are actually pretty clean.
Yeah. I love the music notes. That was my first like creation, I guess. Like my first, I don't have that many, but I plan on having more wearables in the future. I want to make more.
Yeah, I mean, like wearables seem to be a very, very good way to like express yourself as well as even show off your brand, which you have done very, a very good job with I believe
Oh,
with the take the mic.
yeah, that was Odd Job. He gets the credit for that.
Uh,
He helped me with that.
so would it be safe to say that Oddjob helped with the pop star emote as
No,
well? Oh,
no,
darn.
that was Issa.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, big shout out to Issa.
Yeah, it looks really good on you.
Issa's very, very talented. You think so? I
Yeah.
should buy one then.
Thank you.
There we go. I got my very own pop star. Now I'm gonna get a bong. I'm gonna get a bong and just just sing. Wait, what happened to my Decentraland page? Okay, we're back at DollHouse. Have you seen the amazing uh emotes that Oddjob has made?
Yeah, I have. I recently saw, I know it was like the dancing, oh, I can't remember the name of it, but it was like the one where it's like he's moving his hands,
Is it
like
this one? Oh,
from bottom of his body to all the way up, like very like, what would be the right word? Very like,
he's feeling
it's
himself.
cute. It's cute. Yeah, yeah, that one. It's very flashy, you know? I like it.
Oh yeah, very, very.
My style, yeah.
I the first thing I had said to Oddjob whenever I bought that emote was that the emote gave me flashbacks to Miami. Because in Miami, No Homie had joined us, and there was a night when we like all went out and went to like a bar, and all of a sudden, everyone started dancing, including No Homie. He was getting down, I have to say. I had a smile on my face the entire time, just like just watching him on that dance floor, going in as hard as he could.
Mm. Was he doing that dance too?
Yes, yes, he was doing some variations of the feeling myself dance. Much love to No
Yeah,
Homie. Have you met him yet?
yeah. Um, I'm not. I don't think so. I don't think so.
Let's see, where's my feeling
But I need
myself?
to scoop up some more emotes. I was actually shopping yesterday. I spent like 150 mana in like 1 hour. I'm like, wait, have nothing left.
It does happen. Like whenever you go on the marketplace and you're like, okay, I'm gonna do a little shopping. I'm gonna be responsible, and then before you know it, your
Yeah.
mana's all gone.
Yeah, I know. I bought one outfit and it was like 100 mana, and I was a little bit sleepy when I did it, so I was like, all right, it's fine. But yeah, I sometimes it's worth it to me, like even being an artist and stuff, like I want to present myself in a certain way, so it's okay. But I definitely think I need budgeting. I need a budget.
uh, yeah, definitely. I personally need to stop spending. The way that I do it is I look at my mana as voting power. So when I say, oh, that's 7 voting power that I'm spending on this, sometimes it stops me from making the purchase, but other times I just yeet it in.
Okay.
uh,
Yeah.
so I noticed that recently, well, recently to me at least, I noticed Daydream by Sea. Could you tell us a little bit about Daydream by Sea?
Yeah, so I've had this company for a while. It's like way before Web3, but when I was putting music out on Spotify and like, streaming platforms, they asked for a label. And I obviously am not signed to a label, so I was like, Daydream. I made my own label. So yeah, I decided to just make it an LLC and make a brand out of it, like a company, and try to keep it professional so I can you know people kind of look at you differently when or like if I'm trying to reach out to whoever I am in music, if they see that, it just kind of makes things a little bit better. So yeah, I started Daydream. I came up with the name because I love to daydream in real life. I'm in my own world sometimes, still to this day, to this hour. But yeah, it totally makes sense with Web3. So I'm like, why not bridge that into Web3? And daydream means to dream while you're awake. And I feel like when you daydream, you're in your imagination. It's always going to be a positive thing when you're daydreaming, hopefully. Usually you're in like a blissful state, without any drugs or any stimulants. I just love, the concept. And yeah, I couldn't think of a better way to bridge that into the metaverse and take this, theme and make a world out of it. So I'm currently, working on, like, right now I'm like working with artists and stuff like that, but I do plan on like building more of a world that is dreamy. And I consider my music dreamy. I've had people say that to me, like, oh, it's very ethereal. And I love ambient, ethereal, electronic music. So yeah, it just kind of all made sense to me. So yeah, I have Daydream by C. It's also DXS. It's like the shorter version. So you just kind of like you would have like a company Chanel, but their logo is like the C. The CC. So yeah, so it's DXS. So by you can use as an X, and then C is my actual name in real life, is SEA is my initials. So yeah, Daydream by C, which is my name. So it just kind of made sense for me. And
It all came together. I like it. I like it.
yeah.
And okay, so you brought Daydream by C into Decentraland. And I had it was that the the wallet in which you that you had applied for the recent grant for or with?
No, I'm using I guess Serena Elis because I guess like the owner. But I've always used just my name. But yeah, I just want to make it known like I have a brand that I'm trying to build with the grant, like in Decentraland. So I don't have Daydream exactly as like the name, but it's kind of all connected in
Of
my
course.
eyes.
Of course, of course. I mean, definitely it it definitely kind of like myself. I'm Sinful-Mew, Mods, um Sinful Media, Mewco. Like it's it's all like I'm personally like just trying to like even, find myself in this space. So, I'm,
Hmm.
kind of like learning a little bit as I go. Even from yourself, I'm learning.
Really?
What is I do know that with that grant your goal was to onboard more female talents into the space. um and well, one, I will say I think that that grant proposal was an excellent grant proposal. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, yep, we need this. And so, my vote went to the yes side for you. Um,
Thank you.
so what are some of the ways that you are kind of looking, or what are some of the ways that you're using to kind of like go out there and search for these female performers to kind of like onboard them to the space?
Yeah, so my grant is like females, of course, but it's also like minorities, and I consider that to be a kind of not just only females, just underrepresented artists. And I think any underrepresented artist is an independent artist, someone that doesn't is not signed to a label, and is just kind of doing it themselves, and they need a little boost. So, females is always going to be, important to me, but I definitely, made it clear that it's going to be, because I think there's so many artists in the world that, you know, it's not easy pursuing music, first of all. It is not easy. It's hard sometimes to put yourself out there on a constant basis, and get rejected. Like, it's not easy. It's not an easy path. So, since I have that experience in Decentraland for the past couple years, I feel like I'm a good candidate to kind of help guide an artist that doesn't necessarily know the metaverse. And it's easy to connect with an artist because I'm an artist, So there is a little bit of a intimate connection because like I can understand, like, to be a musician or something like that. Like, everything is based off feeling, emotion. That's how you're able to sometimes to deliver music. So it's just kind of connecting with artists in that aspect. And also, doesn't always have to be music. I think entertainment comes in many different forms. Music is definitely, a highlight, but I think art and creativity comes in so many different levels. So, those are things that I keep in mind too. But yeah, finding artists, I'm in the Web3 space. I'm currently grinding every day in music NFTs, learning from artists, and I'm learning just as much from these people. It's interesting because I call it reverse. Like, I'm familiar with the metaverse, not familiar with music NFTs, but some of the people I've been meeting, they're familiar with music NFTs, but they're not familiar with the metaverse. So just like, it's kind of like a little sweet combo. So I learned something from you, you learned something from me. We're both kind of new at it. So it's kind of been an easy experience so far. Um, so yeah, I just kind of reaching out. I don't have a problem reaching out to people. I've been around artists all my life. Even before Decentraland, I used to hang out with a lot of celebrities and party with them and just kind of hang out. So I feel comfortable, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
talking to artists. So it's not really like a big deal, I guess. Um, the only thing I would say, sometimes it is kind of hard working with artists. Sometimes it is hard. They don't like deliver, they'll stall, or you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of different personalities. So it's just kind of learning how to navigate, that. But yeah, I just pretty much reach out. I've been able to get a couple artists, that never came into Decentraland. And we just had DJ Nas. She performed at the DollHouse first, actually. Because like at the time my plot got stolen. I got it back though.
Oh, thank God.
That was a lot of drama, but like I eventually got it back. Like, luckily it was a NFT I could retrieve. But yeah, I just had DJ Nas. She's really cool. And sometimes I feel like your tribe, like, you attract the people that you're kind of vibe, like your own vibe,
Mm-hmm.
So it's not really that, like, if you're in sync with the artist, it just kind of becomes a smooth transition, maybe. But it doesn't always work that way.
Yeah, most definitely. Yes, DJ Nas, she was pretty amazing. I do recall. I think was it her performance here at DollHouse that I saw?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The recent one wasn't, but the I just had her like in the Decentraland. She did like this really cool black light, and then that's the other thing. Like, I love finding artists that have really something really unique to bring to the table, because like, like, there's a lot of artists out there, so you just kind of gotta weed out the ones that they're all great, but I kind of make sure like I'm finding artists that really finds it very like they're really passionate, just as me, like they love it. So Yeah, she did this whole blacklight experience. She's not only like a musician, a DJ, but she's also an artist. Like she makes artwork. She does makeup as well, and that's another form of art. So some of the people I've been working with, they're multi-talented. Like they have all different, skills.
I see. Are there any artists, musicians that we should keep an eye out for coming soon?
Yeah, we're actually having a male. So it is a little, it's, not a female, but he's not signed to a label. He's never been, it's his first time in Decentraland, and he is a pianist. He plays the piano, and he's played the piano all around the world. He's very well known in Web3, in like music NFTs. So he's going to be performing this week. I just literally yesterday I put out his event in Decentraland. Like it needs to get approved, but he's going to be doing a live performance, so it's not pre-recorded or anything, of him playing the piano.
Yes.
So
This puts such a big smile on my face. I've been trying to get a pianist on Decentraland for the longest time now. And I think I'm close to getting one. Her name is Crossover Krissa. She has an amazing voice, and she plays the piano. And she'll even like put a bunch of songs on loop and then like make something incredible, make a beat from scratch, which is pretty sick. But back to the pianist. Like I'm so happy that what is his name?
Songs of Eden.
Songs of Eden.
You
Oh,
can,
I've heard of him.
yeah, he's really cool, very awesome, very talented. Yeah, we've been, talking for a while, and yeah, it's his first time in Decentraland, and he already like it was so smooth for him. He hopped in, he did a video. I was like, wow, he really got this down pat. Logged in, no problem, like super on it. So I think that's a really positive sign when artist just kind of gets it and just jumps right in. So,
Yep.
yeah.
That is amazing. And keep up the good work. Keep speaking to these talented individuals, because you never know. Like, um, yeah, just from even my personal experience, I've talked to many musicians and artists, and some of them will get it, others not so much,
Yeah.
until you show them that it's possible to put them on a screen in front of like 30-40 people. They just don't understand it. And sometimes it takes that one individual to be like, look, this is possible, and then like show, and then they'll be like, holy shit. i've
Mhm.
I've been missing
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, it's sometimes it takes, them to be in the world. I always tell them, and like you have to be there. You can't perform and then not be there. I'm sorry, not happening. I'm like, you're gonna get your ass in here and you're gonna watch yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I and it's great because they actually feel like they're getting a different experience, and it's always a positive at the end of the day when they do that. Um so yeah, that's the artist I have. And also we're gonna be doing a giveaway when he performs. He's giving away, well, I'm supporting him, but we're gonna be doing a MIDI punks giveaway, and that NFT, is given away, gives you a chance to be part of a song. So the NFT has a utility. You can be part of the track that he is playing on. So it's really cool. I'm going to be on it, and anyone in Decentraland can have the chance to be on it too. So,
Ooh, my jaw just dropped with that once you said that utility. That is such a good idea. And I mean it even feeds into like what we all are doing here in Decentraland or in Web3, just collaborating with one another, helping each other up and helping each other be seen.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, and I think that will also give someone that hasn't maybe had a chance to be in a song and they want to experiment that, they can push themselves to like try it, you know. I think I really like the idea that, he came up with that NFT to give, opportunity for, 10 to 20 artists on one track. It's a lot of people, but yeah, I think it's really cool, and we're gonna be giving one away, and it's really cool. The NFT, when you mint it, you pick the colors that you want, so you can design the NFT, which is really cool too.
Ooh, that is pretty sick.
Hmm.
I'm definitely gonna have to. You said that you had put the event up in the events recently, correct?
Hmm.
What is the name
Yeah.
so I can put click on interested?
Songs of Eden
Okay,
debut.
there it
Oh,
is.
there he is. Okay, wow, I made it quick. There he is. That's the guy. Look at his piano. It's so cool, right?
I thought these were
Um,
his pants here for a second.
no. But yeah, he's gonna be doing live, and then he's also gonna be showcasing like this never before like music video thing that he hasn't shown yet. So he's doing something really cool for us.
on the
So
21st, so on Friday.
it's is it Friday? Sorry. Sometimes I get so confused with the Asian times. Like,
Oh yeah.
um, so that's I thought that would be like Thursday, 8 p.m. No?
It might be because it's converted into UTC time, so it could
Yeah,
be
yeah.
in the
I
future.
tried. Yeah, I tried to make sure I wasn't clashing with anybody's like event, but um, yeah, it should be Thursday at 8 o'clock, 8 p.m.
8 p.m. Okay.
Or it's an hour. Yeah.
Okay, I guess a good question would be, um, what date is it for you right now?
Yeah. I'm like 12 hours ahead, so it's so hard sometimes, you guys. You don't understand, like trying to do performances and this and that. Like then also like Twitter Spaces, I'm running on no sleep. So
Ooh, no
but it
sleep
is
at all.
Tuesday. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes I'm like I need my sleep, but it's Tuesday for me. So
Okay.
I know it's Monday for y'all,
Okay.
but
It would be Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern for me. Okay, and then in UTC it would be 12 a.m. UTC. Okay. Thank you, Billy. So, so speaking of Twitter Spaces, I noticed that you managed to come up to speak at one of the Soldier Boy spaces. What was that like? I mean, I remember myself just like sitting in the crowd, like, requesting to come up to speak, but personally, I don't think I could have made it past the ass kissers.
oh yeah, I did. I was I also did message him, and I did definitely request, and I guess they let me come up. But I didn't want to. I talked about Decentraland, so I kind of wanted to pretty much put that in front of his mind, I guess.
Hmm.
And I did. I messaged him on Discord and everything. So I'm still keeping an eye on him. Obviously, it's really hard because he just came out with an NFT collection. Everyone's like, da da da. You know how it is. He's a celebrity, and
Yep.
I've been around a lot of celebrities, so I try not to be like that person,
Hmm.
But I don't want to be like a fan that's like, oh my god.
Yep.
I want to keep it like, hey, like, what can we do here? So I ended up did talking to him on Discord. He friend requested me, and yeah, I want to work with him. I've talked to him about events, but I don't know if he's at that point right now.
Hmm. He's
Right now
busy being
he's like doing
famous.
Yeah, but I know it's in his, like, in his, because we had a couple of chats in the Discords, and I know that's in his, I guess, journey.
Hmm.
He has a couple things coming out, so, like, you know, it's
Yep.
on his time, I guess.
Yeah, I do know that he has had some exposure here on the Decentraland because of Gaian, or not Gaian, LimeWire, and also I do recall like that space that I was in when I referred to the butt kissers. It was Spotty Wi-Fi was co-hosting with him, kind of like telling him, showing him the way, answering his questions and stuff. It was really cool to see someone, that is so known, be so open to like, hey guys, if you have anything that you can answer, any questions you can answer for me, like please come up and speak. And and he was listening, like he it was actually like a breath of fresh air to see it.
Yeah, I've listened. I don't know if you've ever listened to his interviews in online, but have you?
I've listened to
Yeah,
some.
he's really interesting.
I've also
um,
watched him on Twitch.
yeah, he he's very, like, ahead of his time when it comes to things. So
Hmm.
I think, he's always open to listening. I feel,
Hmm.
um, because I know I was, like, listening to him the other day, and, like, he has, like, this Game Boy thing, like, he had his first, like, game console.
Hmm.
I don't know if you, yeah. So but I think before this whole NFT thing, he was here before then. I remember him being here, like,
He's
before.
Yeah, he's always been like you said,
This
ahead.
wasn't his first time, I don't think.
He definitely is one of those that is like always ahead of his crowd, his famous crowd. So it's for all we know, like he is, yeah, I consider him like one of the pioneers, at least for like the mainstream coming into Web3. Should be exciting to see what he does.
Yeah, definitely. I'm, keeping my eye on, like, seeing how maybe, you know, Decentraland. I want to figure something out, but we'll see.
We'll see. I do think Guyan wants to do like a premiere for a music video for him on Decentraland soon. I know he's really tight with those guys at LimeWire, as well as Spotty Wi-Fi.
hmm
Let's see.
Yeah, I haven't really had a chance to talk to those people.
They're great. I mean, whenever you get a chance, like say hello. They're cool. Yasha is co-founder of Gaian. He's also head of Metaverse for LimeWire. So yeah, very very cool and very supportive individuals, like both Spotty Wi-Fi and Yasha. So
Yeah, definitely. I'll take a look see.
I've been looking at your website for like I would say like the better part of today, and I have to say like aesthetically I like your website.
Thank you. Yeah, I try to keep it really simple.
Oh, I see a NFT section here. I guess we haven't gotten into your NFTs yet.
Oh, okay.
What
Yeah, there's a lot going on there.
there's Oh, I see a nipple. I better scroll down before the Twitch police get me.
Yeah.
Well, what could you tell us about your NFT creations? Like, what were the inspirations behind them?
Yeah, I don't know. I just sometimes I just put music on and I create. I just started using the software, just making female related, I always pretty much stuck to females. Yeah, I just wanted to, I still consider my art as an experiment too,
Mhm.
but yeah, I would say mostly just trying to create, you see a lot of latex in there.
Yep, yep.
I do like a little sensuality in some of my artwork, if you can't tell, but yeah, I just get inspired by just, I don't know exactly what, but I would say a lot of the color schemes that I use are very soft, very minimal.
Oh, this one's owned by DCL Tour Guide.
Yeah, most of them are owned by people in Decentraland.
Are they like, are each one of them like kind of one of ones?
Yeah,
Okay.
they are.
That is cool. That is cool. And I mean, I think it's amazing to, keep trying new things out, keep experimenting. Those around you that love and support you will always, like, come by, support if they can, and pick up a piece, as they're kind of like, as a way to say, like, I support you, Serena. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
So much
Yeah,
latex. You
definitely.
should you should collab with Zeta. Oh wow. The
um,
let's go. One of your NFT owners is the person that made my super cool VRM.
yeah. That one's really cool. Yeah, I love all the pieces, and hopefully, one day I can get characters in the metaverse. That would be my dream, is to have some of them come to life, you know
Could.
like it would be really cool that like someone that owns like one of my pieces can have that character, you know
Mm-hmm.
that was my original vision. It wasn't just to have NFTs, but yeah.
I'm sure Kurzas would be like the best person to make her NFT into, an avatar. So I think you might be on the right route with with your collectors. Like you have some very solid collectors and
Thank you. Yeah, I've made some other artworks, and they're mostly like AI art. I haven't really dipped into 3D art in a while because I've been so focused on performing. Um but yeah, I just kind of, I have the art, I have the music, and now I'm trying to help other artists. So, you know, eventually everything will come together.
baby steps, baby steps.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So, you have some music that you have made yourself. What would be the best ways or the best platforms to listen to your that someone could listen to your music in at?
Yeah, so the best platform, I would think Audius, because it's a Web3 type of music platform. It's kind of like SoundCloud, like the beginning. It kind of reminds me of SoundCloud back in the day. So I think Audius, I think it's good to support new Web3 brands. So I think, that I would give that a shot. And you can pretty much stream, you can download the app and stream all different new Web3 artists, because I really feel like there's going to be a new wave of creatives, because everything comes in waves, especially in culture. So I know, like, I can feel it, that there are going to be new artists that are going to emerge out of this. And Web3 artists is definitely going to be paving the way. So I would just suggest trying Audius to listen to more creators like me. And then I have one music NFT. I mean, I have two music NFTs. and one is 50 copies. It's a little more. As you can see that video that you just had. Yeah, Mint Songs is currently their website is not there anymore. So all the NFTs got transferred onto OpenSea.
Okay.
Yeah, they I don't know what happened with them, but the NFTs are fine. They just got transferred. But yeah, I have 50 copies of that, and you kind of just saw I made a music video in Decentraland. Yeah, I bought that land, not that land, that parcel from Risk. I think that's how you pronounce his name. But I bought that to support him, and yeah, I thought it was cool to buy something and yeah, create like a scene.
That's so cool. Riz the frog.
Yeah, so I think this build was like one of the first. I don't know. He said something about, one of the first clubs he's built in Decentraland. So this is pretty old model. But yeah, I still have it. I'm gonna probably keep it, but yeah, it's a really cute build. I like the stripper pole. I was sold on that.
Gonna have to make some emotes to go along with the stripper pole.
Yeah. And that's also what you're looking at now. That was also a cute little thing that I did. It was really fun. Like I like making like music videos. I don't know.
It's a very good idea to make a metaverse music video. I know I've heard of some newbies coming into the space saying like, I want to bring music videos to the metaverse. So it might be either. Oh look, is that bubblegum with like number name with a number name? Oh my god. Sorry. So might be like even cool for even like for you to collaborate with them. Maybe like get a music video going.
I love to express myself, and sometimes I'm very vocal, if you can't tell. But yeah, I just love putting out music. I love expressing. I love and I think to Decentraland and in the metaverse, like I I'm not saying I have a split personality, but I feel like, there's a professional side of me, and there's also one that is creating a persona, like you can create a persona in the metaverse, and that's also an experiment too.
Yes. I'm looking at your blogs. Let's look at the stores. There's so much to click on this website. You have Serena Elis merch?
There's not a lot. There's not. I still have a long way to go. Like I feel like I'm not there yet.
Hold up. This is like one of the coolest mugs I've seen in my life.
Aw, thanks. Yeah, I kind of, I still want to wear. I'm such a perfectionist, so it's like it's not perfect. I don't want to show nobody. So.
Oh, oops.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for showing.
It's okay.
And thank you, Job, for dropping Serena's Audius account. So since you're on Audius, I guess you would be one of the best people to like ask. Like, how do you get Audius? Like, is it an app on your phone, or like kind of like an application that you can download on your computer?
Yeah, it's an app. You can download the app on your phone, and also on the computer you can download like the desktop version of Audius. Oh. So just kind of like you would Decentraland, you can download the program or whatever it is, but you can you don't need audio. Sorry, the music is playing. You don't need Audius to be a part of it. That's if you want to have certain perks. So yeah, you can tip artists. You can you also get like different there's like different tiers as well on Audius. So I haven't really looked into it too much, but I've been trying to release more music on there. I recently just released a song and it got 450 plays in like a few days. So that's the most I've ever gotten in on ODS. So
That's actually pretty
yeah.
sick. I'm trying to get back to your account. Let's see right here. There we are. Okay. Oh, is it this one right here?
Yeah, I just did that one a few days ago. So I'm like, oh, that's not bad, you know?
Yeah, that is not bad at all. That's awesome to have 443 plays. Nice, nice. And let's see. I see there's like a repost button. Does this repost kind of go to like to Twitter, or is it within the Audius platform like you can repost?
Oh no, ODS. So
Okay.
someone from ODS retweeted it. Or
Okay.
retweeted it in ODS, yeah.
So Audius also kind of has like a board or like a
Yeah,
feed.
you can click on the repost or the yeah,
Repost right
you
here.
can I think you can click that
Okay.
and then you could see who
Ooh,
retweeted my work.
Dream Eater, 3.7K followers. Nice, nice.
Yeah.
I'll have to sign
So
up.
yeah, I think you know, if you want to support Web3 artists, I think Audius would probably be your best bet. Spotify, yeah, but I feel like Audius, like I feel like Spotify doesn't really take care of the artists like that. You know, we're trying to move away from like the artist
Mm-hmm.
getting gypped, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just I think the best thing for any artist is just supporting their NFTs or listening to them on a Web3 platform. I mean, obviously Spotify is good too, but I'm just saying they pay 0.0001 cent. So, you know, per stream, so
Mm-hmm.
that's really nothing.
Yeah, yeah, I listened to kind of spotty Wi-Fi. I think he like mentioned that if you wanted to make if you wanted to make $500,000, or I think it was $250,000 off of Spotify, you would need like 50 million plays.
Yeah, yeah, like some ridiculous number. Like it makes no sense. You know, and the guy that you know, owns Spotify, like he's making I think he's like a billionaire now. Like you know, like he's taking it.
Come on.
So no, I'm not a huge supporter of Spotify, but I think like if you really like that would be the like last resort for me to support an artist, you know?
Mm-hmm. Okay, I better stop listening to Spotty's music on
No,
Spotify.
I mean no, I don't listen to me. I mean if that's if that's the only way, because I still use Spotify, so I'm not, you know. But I'm just saying like just even like buying their NFT or something like that. Like I think that's the best way. I mean that's why we have NFTs, right? So the dream of every artist is so they can live they can live off doing what they love. Like, you know, like that's what every artist wants. They don't need to be exactly like famous and like they just want to be happy doing their music and just keep doing what they enjoy. So the best thing you can do is, you know, with the whole Web3 thing is support them in that. And you know, it's very hard to make a living on Spotify. So but you know, people with bigger audiences, it might be easier for them though.
Long time and got paid. Okay, so I'm seeing that Billy, he said that he once did an experiment where he made an album of 30-second songs and had it playing like on repeat on other devices for a very long time, and he got paid $300 a month, but then he got banned
What?
shortly after. Damn it.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I mean, that's pretty risky. You know, but hey, if you need the few dollars, you know, you know, the money, maybe that might be a good idea, but I don't think it's a good idea to get banned as an artist, you know? You know, so
Oh,
Um,
how do you get banned?
yeah.
It's preposterous, Billy. I demand that you go back and put in what is it whenever you're like fighting something, like put in a demand. Be like, put my music back, my 30-second music back.
Yeah, but that's not a bad idea on repeat. Cause you only get paid if it plays for a certain amount of time too. Like if someone skips your song, you don't get nothing.
Sadness.
So
So let's see. We've gone over Audius. We've gone through your websites. I showed off your incredible mug. I kind of want one really bad.
I'm kind of embarrassed.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
I
but
am
it's too
like,
good.
no.
But it's just too good of a mug. I don't know. You might have a purchase here one day, one day soon. Let's see. So we have been going for about an hour and 15 minutes or so. Um, I think this might be a good time to start to wind down. What do you think?
Yeah. I can go for hours, so yeah, I might as well shut it down now.
Well, I mean, you do have a long day ahead of you. When we started, it was 9 a.m. for you. So now either nap time for you or networking time on Twitter Space.
Yeah, no, it's coma for the next like 12 hours. Like I'm not gonna be I'm gonna be sleeping. Yeah.
So, before we close out, anything you would like to say to everyone? Any final thoughts? Or maybe talk about any upcoming events?
Yeah, well, first of all, I want to thank you, Sinful, for having me. I really appreciate it. Sharing my work, and it's always a pleasure to, share what I'm passionate about. So thank you to you. And yeah, thank you to DollHouse for having this space and having me here. And everyone here too for listening and, just supporting everyone here. And for what I have coming up is the event that I talked about before for Songs of Eden. If you want to support him, I'm trying to do my best to, I guess, show them the way, kind of like open the doors to like a new experience. But it's good if there's people that come and support, because it just makes a little bit of a difference, because it creates a different, they're new, so they don't really know what's going on. So it's good to have people that are familiar with Decentraland and just be very welcoming. I think it's always important to make them feel good and comfortable. So yeah, I have that. And then yeah, I perform every Sunday. I just kind of started that back up. I used to do Fridays, but I took like a few months off. But yeah, I just started doing Sundays and just writing music. I love to write. And yeah, Elizabeth has a track, and I just finished the track that she gave me. And I'm looking for some mixers and masters, music producers that can help me finish the song, and we're gonna upload it to Audius. So yeah, take stay tuned for that. And yeah, I'm just gonna be putting more music out there. I just want to put more music out. Like I think when it comes to being an artist, sometimes it goes in waves. I took a little bit of a break. I was doing digital art, and now I really want to go back into creating more music. So it's whatever I'm feeling at the moment. So yeah, if you I just have those events. So
I'm bullish, and yes, I have been enjoying your Sunday events. They are 1 hour before Music Matrix with for me and Shelly Van. We host
Mhm.
Music Matrix at True, so it's definitely like something cool that I like to pop into right before the show. I'm like relaxing. I have the sound on, so I'm just listening to your music as like I'm frantically working to get the show started in the next hour.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I don't know how I sounded this morning. It was like 6 a.m. for me, but yeah, I hope you do enjoy it. And I'm gonna try to do something different this Sunday. I try to like switch it up.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'll be there. And then I think tomorrow it's the 17th for you, right? Right now.
It's the 17th for me, almost 18th.
Yeah, so on the 18th at Decentral Games, I'm doing another interview.
Let's go.
um yeah, it's a little bit different, but you see my face, so it might be a little bit like, you get to see me talk, so it might be a little, different, but if you want to go check that out, it's at uh forgot the times. I think it's at 10 p.m. UTC. I believe it's on my Twitter.
7
So if you
7
wanna,
p.m. my time probably.
yeah, in Decentral Games, if you wanna come check it out. And that's really it.
Uh, th- Thank you so much for being here tonight, Serena. I really had like a very nice chat with you today, and I enjoyed myself. I hope I was a good host to you tonight.
Yeah, you're lovely. You make I feel like you're a very good host and you make everyone feel very comfortable. So thank you.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
um Yeah, and you know what? It's like I feel like I don't really get to talk to you that much. So this is really cool that, we get to have this event and get to talk in front of everyone. So,
Yeah, yeah, it seems like any time that we have kind of like cross paths and like it's kind of like been like a quick chat, like love what you're doing, keep going, like but we never really had like the time to sit down and actually have a conversation. So I'm
yeah.
happy today happened. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
And let's see. I'm looking at chat. I see a new time, a someone that's new to the stream. I'm a brick wall. It's my first time here. Good vibes. So welcome. I'm a brick wall. We are currently on Decentraland. I did drop the link in the chat for you if you would like to join us. Here we are. It's Decentraland is a virtual world that is the virtual world that is currently displaying on your screen. And so yeah, thank you, Serena. And I guess it would be a good time to start closing out here. Um,
Thank you, everyone. And I'll see you in the metaverse. And you all have a lovely night.
Enjoy your nap or your sleep. thank thank you, Serena.
Thank you.
And just a few final shout outs. I would like to shout out our sponsors. Songbird Collectives, Dr. Drip, Vox Boards, Meta One Designs, and of course, our hosts for Beyond the NFT every week, the DollHouse. Thank you so much, Baby Dolls, for all the work that you put in for me. I know I can be a pain in the butt sometimes, but I hope I'm worth it. uh, thank you, everyone. And yeah, I think I might pass it on to DJ Tang. We'll just see, or maybe DJ Tang will let me play some cartoons or something. I don't know. She'll start screaming at me or Thank you, everyone. Take care, and I might be passing the raid over either to Wekasui, or I'm just gonna explore. I'm just gonna explore and I'll let you guys know. Thank you.